vehicles. Get ready to drive off, fly off, or sail off with the vehicles of the world. Wait. Whoa! Wow! Excavator.
An excavator is a vehicle used for digging. Excavators are used on construction sites and roads to help with heavy work.
Phew. That is one big machine.
One excavator alone does the job of about 20 people digging.
That's why they're also called diggers.
Excavators can be used to pick things up and place them in a dump truck.
It's a very smooth mover.
Plus, they can spin all the way around, Corby.
So they can dig, spin, and drop wherever they want. Dig, spin, drop. Hey, I've made a digger dance move. Dig, spin, drop.
What would you build if you had an excavator, Corby?
A sand pit? A swimming pool? Ooh, maybe a gym so I can do my digger dance move. The dig, spin, drop. Do the dig, spin, drop.
Now let's test your memory. Find the items that begin with K.
Balloon. ORV. Submersible. Ambulance. Hovercraft. Excavator. Car.
Match.
Submersible.
Submersibles are vehicles that travel and explore underwater.
I wonder what it's like deep down at the bottom of the sea.
We could find out, Corby, with one of these.
What is it?
It's a submersible. Submersibles can travel underwater.
How can it go so deep?
Submersibles have a ballast tank. When the ballast tank is filled with water,
The submersible goes downwards.
what do you think happens when the ballast tank is emptied, Corby?
It goes upwards again. Look, there are people inside.
When people go deeper and deeper underwater, the pressure or weight of water above them gets too heavy and stops them going any further. Submersibles protect people from water pressure, so they can explore places divers cannot go.
What are those?
Some submersibles have mechanical arms that can pick things up as they explore underwater. Submersibles can show us places and creatures we would never get to see otherwise.
So that's what it looks like at the bottom of the sea. Thanks, submersible!
Let's spell ballast. L A T S B ballast.
Submersible.
Submersibles are vehicles that travel and explore underwater.
I wonder what it's like deep down at the bottom of the sea.
We could find out, Gorby, with one of these.
What is it?
It's a submersible. Submersibles can travel underwater.
How can it go so deep?
Submersibles have a ballast tank. When the ballast tank is filled with water,
The submersible goes downwards.
what do you think happens when the ballast tank is emptied, Gorby?
It goes upwards again. Look, there are people inside.
When people go deeper and deeper underwater, the pressure or weight of water above them gets too heavy and stops them going any further. Submersibles protect people from water pressure so they can explore places divers cannot go.
What are those?
Some submersibles have mechanical arms that can pick things up as they explore underwater. Submersibles can show us places and creatures we would never get to see otherwise.
So that's what it looks like at the bottom of the sea. Thanks, submersible.
Let's write submersible. S U B M E R S I B L E S U B M E R S I B L E submersible.
Bulldozer.
Bulldozers are vehicles that push heavy loads.
It's really strong.
It needs to be, Lily. Bulldozers use steel blades for pushing.
What's that?
Sometimes bulldozers use a steel claw called a ripper, which can break up hard ground.
I wonder what it's like to drive a bulldozer.
Well, the operator sits high up so they can see everything. And most bulldozers drive on tracks instead of wheels.
Does that stop them getting stuck?
It does. The tracks are made up of hundreds of metal links. These help spread the weight of the bulldozer evenly across the ground, so it can move easily over mud or rubble.
Or up steep slopes. Go, 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 go. I'm a lily dozer. Blade at the front, ripper at the back, tracks underneath. Come on, let's get bulldozing. Go, 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 go.
Feeding time. Square, pentagon, trapezoid, circle, trapezoid, oval, pentagon, hexagon.
Hot air balloon.
Hot air balloons are aircrafts that lift people up into the sky.
Beautiful. But how do they fly?
Well, Gorby, the hot air balloon floats and moves in the wind. And to get it up in the air, you have to heat the air inside the balloon. Hot air is lighter than cold air, so it rises up.
Oh, I see. Good to know he's not trying to burn up the balloon. He's making the air inside hot. And then, to stay high in the sky, you have to keep the air inside the balloon warm?
That's right. And then the pilot lets the air out slowly.
So many beautiful hot air balloons. Looks like a party with the biggest balloons ever.
Me. Find the sight word. Me. 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 Give. Me. Me.
Electric car.
Electric cars use electricity to make them go.
Why is that person plugging a cord in that car?
That's an electric car, Gorby. Electric cars don't run on the same fuel as regular cars. They use electricity for power instead.
But if you unplug it, won't the car stop working?
You couldn't drive very far attached to a cable, Gorby. Electric cars store their electricity in batteries.
The Polo's phones and tablets have batteries in them too.
And just like those things, the batteries in an electric car also need to be charged.
So after powering up, you can unplug the car, and off you go.
Regular cars can make quite a lot of pollution from their
And pollution is bad for the world.
But electric cars are much cleaner and therefore greener.
And that's great news for the environment.
They're usually a lot quieter too.
Electric cars really are super quiet green machines.
Let's write
Electric.
E. L. E. C. T. R. I. C. E. L. E. C. T. R. I. C.
Electric.
Hovercraft.
Hovercraft are also known as ACVs, air-cushioned vehicles.
What's that? The bottom of a bouncy castle?
You'll soon see, Lily.
Ah, it's a hovercraft.
A vehicle that can travel over land and water.
How can it do that?
The hovercraft has very strong fans which push air downwards, and that lifts the craft off the ground.
So it can float.
And because the craft is floating, there's less friction.
Friction?
Friction is when two things rub together, creating a force which slows down the thing that's moving. When it floats, the friction is less.
Whoa!
So the hovercraft, or ACV,
Air cushioned vehicle.
can move smoothly over water and land. And sometimes even over ice.
It's like a giant floating cushion. It would be fun to travel around the world on a floating cushion.
Hovercraft can be used for different things, like travel, for fun and sightseeing, and even sea rescues.
Now I know what job I'm going to do when I grow up. I'm going to be an ACRVD.
Oh, what, Lily?
An air-cushioned rescue vehicle driver.
feeding time. Triangle, heptagon, hexagon, triangle, pentagon, circle, square, rectangle, triangle, octagon, hexagon, heptagon.
Tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuks can be found zooming around streets in many countries, such as India, Ethiopia, and Cuba.
Tuk-tuks are like scooters with seats for passengers.
They are, Willow. They are three-wheeled vehicles that are usually used as taxis.
They look fun to ride in.
These three-wheelers were inspired by rickshaws like these, which are pulled along by people,
That looks like hard work.
and also by bicycle rickshaws.
Still hard work.
With the tuk-tuk, the engine does most of the work.
So the driver doesn't have to pedal or pull.
They're great for getting around crowded streets and places larger vehicles can't get to. Day and night.
Wait! I know why these vehicles are called tuk-tuks.
Why, Willow?
Because of the noise they make. Tuk, 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 tuk. I'm being a tuk-tuk. Bye! Tuk, 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 tuk.
Find the matching numbers. 7, 9. 9, 9. 9 plus 9 equals 18. Match. 5, 7. 4, 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Match. 5, 5. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Match. 7. 7 plus 7 equals 14. You found a match.
Maglev train.
Maglevs are the world's fastest trains.
Why are they called maglev trains?
Maglev is short for magnetic levitation, Marco. Levitation is another word for floating.
So they're trains that float in the air?
Yes, and magnets make them float.
How do they do that?
Sometimes when two magnets get close,
They push each other away.
that's how maglev trains use magnets like these underneath the tracks. There are many countries with maglev trains, but the fastest ones are in China. It can go 3 times faster than a normal train.
How does it go so much faster?
This normal train is going pretty fast. However, there's friction since it's running on the tracks, and this friction slows it down. But because the maglev floats, it doesn't touch the tracks. No touching means less friction.
And less friction means it's a faster train. Whoa, look at it go. I can't wait to ride one of those.
Let's spell.
Magnetic.
G. 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 K. K. A. E. T. E. E. E.
Magnetic.
Off-road vehicle.
Off-road vehicles can travel on all types of roads.
Whoa! Woohoo! What are they?
They're off-road vehicles, Corby.
So they travel on normal roads, but can travel off-road too?
Off-road vehicles travel on all sorts of surfaces.
No way! That looks like fun. How come they don't fall over or get stuck?
One reason is that off-road vehicles have big, chunky wheels. With extra thick tread.
Just like hiking boots.
The wheels help them spread the weight of the vehicle evenly.
So it stays stable.
Off-road vehicles can be very useful for farming
Hey, that's a safari.
or getting to people in hard-to-reach places.
Okay, everyone, watch out.
Bye, Gorby.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Off-road Gorby, coming your way. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
There! Find the sight word. There! 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 There!
Helicopter.
Helicopters are aircraft that can fly in different directions.
Polos need a new vehicle.
Why's that, Willow?
The Polo Mobile is being fixed, so we need something else to fly around in.
How about one of these?
A helicopter. Helicopters can fly in different directions.
How do you think helicopters take off, Willow?
I'm guessing it's got something to do with those spinning things?
Most helicopters have 2 rotors on top and 2 more on the tail. The rotors spin very fast, and that enables the helicopter to take off and land vertically.
So a helicopter doesn't need a long runway like an airplane. Look, it's hovering.
Hovering means a helicopter can stay in the same place for a long time. And they can land in places other aircraft just can't get to, which makes helicopters very useful.
That one's helping put out a fire.
That one's a flying ambulance. And that's a rescue helicopter.
So a helicopter is the perfect flying machine to replace the Polo Mobile. I can't wait to fly one.
Find the matching numbers. 3, 6, 6, 6, 6 plus 6 equals 12. You found a match. 5, 8, 3, 3, 3 plus 3 equals 6. You found a match. 8, 5, 5, 5, 5 plus 5 equals 10. You found a match. 8, 8, 8 plus 8 equals 16. Match.